accuracy of information presented on this program. Thank you.
It's my time. It's your time. It's prime time. The show discussing issues and opportunities facing the 55-plus crowd. Brought to you by LifeGen Law Group. Now here's your host, Julie Jordan.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the return of Prime Time on KICK. I'm Julie Jordan with Empower Abilities, and I am absolutely thrilled to be back behind the mic again. Some of you might remember me from my days at Senior Age, and after a little bit of a radio retirement, I am back. And with me is a co-host, a new co-host this year, Taylee Gregg.
Welcome back, Julie. I'm
Thanks.
sure everyone is so excited to have you. I'm looking forward to my first time behind the mic as well. As Julie said, I'm Taylee Gregg, your co-host, and we're bringing you a brand new version of Prime Time, a fun, informative hour where we talk all things aging, disability, and independence.
So each week we're going to share some inspiring stories, some local resources, and probably a lot of helpful tools that are going to make life easier and more connected for people of all ages and all abilities. We are disability experts here in Springfield, and we pride ourselves in all things disability and aging. So it's going to be a fun time, Taylee.
Yeah, and with that being said, I think we should probably kick things off and focus on who we are at Empower Abilities, what we do, and how we help people live their own lives independently.
Hey, that sounds like a good idea. We've sometimes are a hidden little secret in Springfield, but we're looking to overcome that and really get our name out there and let people know all the good work that we do in our community. So,
yeah, I think with that said, a fun fact is we've actually been providing services and resources to Southwest Missouri for 40 years now. I was so surprised to learn that when I came on board to Empower Abilities. And I think a lot of people out there may know us under a different name, Southwest Center for Independent Living, but we have rebranded because that was just a little institutional for us, and we are anything but that.
Yeah, we're all about a community of people. We work together to break barriers and build independence for all people. With our new name, Empower Abilities, it really kind of says it all, I think. We're here to empower people to live the best life that they choose, no matter their age or their ability.
Yeah, exactly. I think, whether you're a young person getting ready for your first job, a senior looking to stay active and independent, or a caregiver trying to find resources, or you simply just don't know where to start, we've got you covered and are happy to help.
Yeah, we get a lot of walk-ins over at Empower Abilities, and I guess let's throw out there where we're located. We're at 1450 West Cambridge, and conveniently located behind the Seven Brew. That's kind of my downfall.
Yes, I'm there.
Robin's cheering in the background.
I'm probably there every other day, guilty as charged.
Yeah, so for our audience, they might relate better to the Social Security Administration there on Battlefield. We're across the street and behind Seven Brew, so that might put a little bit more into perspective. So
yeah, and for those of you that are a little unsure what a Center for Independent Living is, let me tell you. We are a consumer-controlled, meaning they are governed by the people with disabilities and operate under the philosophy that individuals with disabilities should have control over their own lives. We offer a variety of core services, including information and referral, independent living skills, peer counseling, and individual systems for advocacy. There are actually 21 CILs across the United States, so if you're not in one of our counties, we can also help you find one in your area.
Yeah, that's kind of the cool thing about Centers for Independent Living. It's no matter where you live, what state you live in, there's always going to be a Center for Independent Living close by. And that was kind of like when I worked at Senior Age, the area agencies on aging. Every state has one, which makes it a great resource for aging and disability. So we serve 8 counties, like Taylee mentioned, including Greene Christian. Let's see if I can get them all. Greene Christian, Lawrence, Polk, Taney, Dallas, Webster, and Stone. Did I get all 8?
You did get all 8. You get a gold star.
So we offer everything from skills training and youth transition services. We have some consumer-directed care, home modifications, durable medical equipment, community connections. Let's just go in here a little bit about the durable medical stuff that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, definitely. So we offer a recycle and reuse program. So we get donated in equipment from outside of the community. We clean it up, make sure it's in good working condition, and donate it back out to the community for free. Last year, we donated around 600 pieces of durable medical equipment. So it is a great resource for anyone lacking the funds for equipment. Maybe the insurance won't pay for it, or you're just not sure how to get a hold of something. Give us a call, and we're happy to see if we have it.
You know what I like to do? I love flea marketing. I don't know about you, but thrift stores, flea marketing, I do it all. Anytime I go to a booth or something, I'm always looking around, and they'll have, wheelchairs or walkers, or they'll have the transfer benches sitting in there, and it's like, oh, I just want to grab that so bad. And they have these super high prices. Nobody's going to buy it at those prices. So I always take a flyer up to the front desk, and ask them to, would you please hand this out to your dealers here, and if they don't get rid of it, if they need a home for it, we'll gladly take it. And the other thing I do is I go to garage sales, and if they have things at their garage sales, I'll say, if this doesn't sell, call me and we'll come pick it up, So we are a great resource for that used medical equipment. If you're cleaning out your closets or your garage and just have things sitting around, give us a call, and we'll gladly take it off your hands, because there's somebody in our community that can use it. And a lot of times, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of times the minute it walks in our door, it goes out the next day, or they're close.
Yeah, very close, especially considering we do offer the equipment on a first-come, first-served basis. So to see it go out the door so fast is quite incredible, and really goes to show the need. So as Julie said, if you have the means to donate it, we're very happy to take it, and someone will really appreciate that donation.
Yeah, most definitely. You kind of jumped the gun a little bit here on durable medical. I was kind of talking about our lift chairs and scooters. Let's put a plug in for that.
Yeah, so we also sell affordable lift chairs and scooters, which can be great additions to your home, and also just helping with your mobility. If you want to get out in the community and need some help getting out and about, a scooter is a great choice to keep you active and engaged in your community and help you accomplish those tasks independently, such as grocery shopping, doctor's visits, even just going to the park to get some fresh air. It's really relieving to be able to get out of the house and
what I think is really cool, Taylee, is the new ones that we're stocking. They fold down to practically nothing.
And they're very lightweight.
Yeah.
I think the lowest weight one is about 45 pounds, which is fairly doable for a lot of people. Say maybe you don't have a vehicle and you still need a scooter. We do have the ones that can travel a little bit of ways and around your neighborhood, and can be very accessible even if you don't have a vehicle, for the kinds that collapse and get into the car.
I was doing a little trade show or a little tabletop show over, I think it was at the Cambridge. It's been a month or so back, and I was visiting with a gentleman, and he has a scooter, and he literally, that's his only form of transportation, but he was telling me from where we are in Battlefield, he will go all the way over to the library center on his scooter. I mean, and I sat here and I said, aren't you afraid of some of the drivers here in Springfield, or, getting run over, tackled, or anything like that? He's like, no, he says the roadways are pretty accessible for him. He hasn't had any difficulties yet. The only problems he does have is on, in wet weather or ice and snow. He tries not to venture out too far. But I was so impressed with him that, he takes his disability and he works it to the limits, and he doesn't let it stop him.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we're here to help you do, is figure out how to push those limits and achieve what you would like to achieve despite your disability.
Yeah. So something else I think we should mention is that one of the best parts of our staff and our board is that the majority, over half of our people have a disability. And that's one of the mandates, that we have to, the criteria that we have to meet is that our board and our staff themselves have to have disabilities, and we pride ourselves in employing those people.
Yeah, and that's really what consumer-driven means, is that those employees have a disability themselves and can really help firsthand explain what does independence mean to them with their own disability, and how can we help you with yours as well.
Yeah. So as Taylee mentioned, we've been doing this for 40 years now, and in our minds, we're just getting started. We've got some
absolutely
big plans on the horizon and some big goals to achieve, and this is another great start to letting the community know what great work that we do. So I think we're about ready to take a break here, and when we come back, we've got plenty more to share. Taylee, I think you're going to do we're both going to talk about our sponsors. We've got some great sponsors for the show. So stay tuned with us, and we'll be right back.
Shirley's Heating and Air.
Now, back to Prime Time, brought to you by LifeGen Law Group.
Welcome back to Primetime on KICK. I'm your host, Julie Jordan, and with me is Taylee Gregg, if you're just tuning in. So, Taylee, you know, when we talk about empowerabilities, it's not just about what we do, it's about the why we do what we do. And this comes back to, I think, one simple goal, which is helping people live their life on their own terms, barrier-free.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anyone who talks to me about my job understands that the why for me is very important, and something I'm really passionate about is helping people. And I think everyone at Empowerabilities is. We work with people of all ages and abilities, and no two stories are the same. Mm-hmm. It's really wonderful to get to hear people express what it means to them when we install ramps or grab bars, or maybe we helped somebody learn how to ride the city bus and navigate that, or someone else maybe wanted to connect and made friends through one of our social clubs. It's just really meaningful to see that happen in real time.
Well, a lot of times you're right there in the middle of it. You're part of the Access team who does the majority of that type of work. The building of the ramps and installing safety equipment. And you, of course, are our hearing instrument specialist. And so you deal a lot with people every day. Can you give any examples of some people that really we've made an impact in their lives?
Yeah, I think, maybe not names, but anonymously speaking, I had a lady and I was actually fitting her with hearing aids. And right at the time she came in to get her hearing aids, she said, "Oh, I didn't know you guys are also helping my son with a ramp." And she said, "You have no idea what it means for him to be able to get in and out of his home." And it was just really an impactful moment, because here I am helping her connect to the people in her life, and then my other team members are helping her son connect to life at the same time and the outside world. And that's just a really joyful moment that you can't really put into words, Mm-hmm,
mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of the beauty of it, that we're not a one-size-fits-all organization. We sit down with the people, we talk through their goals, we set goals with them. Not telling them what they need to be, but we ask what what they want to achieve in their life, and we try to help them find that path to get there. Finding a plan that makes sense for them, basically. So independence looks different, I think, for everybody, and that's okay.
Yeah, and it's like you said, we don't tell them what they need. You tell us what you need, and then we help you find the ways to achieve that independence.
Mm-hmm. I'm really excited about our youth services program now. We have a new youth services coordinator, James. What do you think about James? James, if you're listening.
Hi, James. No, I think he is a wonderful guy. Immediately, I could tell how passionate and enthusiastic he is. And I'm excited to see that rub off onto the youth and just get them so engaged with achieving their own goals. Sometimes we don't even know what we want when we're young. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But it's exciting to see he has already made so many plans and goals to help the youth figure out what they would like to do, how to achieve that, what does that look like for them. And, he comes from a really great background of a lot of experience working with children. Mm-hmm. And just, he really, I think, is going to be able to connect to the youth and grow the program, which I think is also exciting. And I'm looking forward to seeing, the youth come in and that grow and expand.
And if you follow our Facebook page, you can see that he can dance, too.
He can also kind of sing. He sang at our meeting, and it was pretty good.
So we're talking about our youth program basically right now. But what people might not understand is that a lot of the programs that we offer for our youth, like budgeting, cooking, just everyday living skills, transfers over to any age of individual. And again, we serve all individuals with any disability. So we're not just a 55 plus organization. We have programs for anybody and everybody that has any kind of a disability. So
yeah, I would say disabilities don't discriminate based on age, and it can be anybody at any time in your life. And we're here for you every step of the way.
When I go and do presentations, a lot of times I'll start it by having people raise their hand if they have any kind of a disability. And maybe one or two people will raise their hand, and then I start going into the specifics. Well, do you have hearing loss? And you might see another hand go up. Do you have any vision impairments? couple more hands might go up. Do you have arthritis? Do you have COP? I'll just throw out random things. And by the end of my little discussion, every hand in that room is up. And, disabilities does not discriminate.
No, not at all. And it, like you said, it's different for everybody. And I find that it's a very personal journey. And we're happy to be able to help people at Empower with that personal journey and what that looks for their life and their growth and their independence. And you are right. Disabilities can look like anything. I myself have high functioning depression, and a lot of people consider that a disability. And it's something that I've just learned to work with over time and to figure out what do I need to do when I'm having down periods, and what does that look like going to work and interacting with the people in my life. Just like other disabilities, you have to figure out what's working for you and how to achieve that.
Well, you have achieved it because you'd never know it.
Thanks.
So another great program that I want to talk about is our Consumer Directed Services program. And this is where individuals can hire their own caregiver. Oftentimes that can be a family or a family member or a friend that can come in. And they can help them stay independent in their own homes. This program, I think, touches hundreds of lives every year. It's a phenomenal program.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you. And just a reminder that if you don't have a caregiver in mind, we can help you find one. We have a small list. And so if you're needing help, we can help with that. I think you're right. I think in the home is something people forget about. And you may be able to age in place or live independently, but still need a little bit of extra help here and there. And that's perfectly fine. Right.
And a lot of people, you might already be caring for a neighbor, doing some of these tasks that you could get paid to do. So if basically we're looking for caregivers as well to go along with the program, not only consumers to be on the program, but caregivers. They can get help paid to do things like housekeeping, bathing, grooming, meal preparation, maybe some shopping or errands, things like that. And it's just such a wonderful, helpful program.
Yeah, and like you said, Julie, it's likely something you're already doing, and you could be getting paid for it, so why not?
Why not? Why not? Give us a call at 417-886-1188 if you're interested. We'll throw that number out a couple times throughout the show so people grasp onto it.
You rattled that off so perfectly.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to practice.
All right, we also have, we talked a little bit about our durable medical equipment program. Talk about some of the pieces of equipment that we're often needing.
I would say one of the number one needs is rollators, not walkers. Rollators are the ones with the wheels and the little seats or the basket. Also, toilet risers is another one. We also get a lot of requests for shower chairs. Unfortunately, a lot of homes don't have a walk-in shower, and sometimes it can be difficult to get into the bathtub to shower or bathe. And so tub transfer benches or shower chairs are also really great to have to be able to donate back out to people. So I would say those are probably the top pieces. If you just have extra laying around the home, that we would love to have.
Right. And, I'd like to encourage people to, I've been a caregiver for my mom, and a lot of times you don't know what you need until you need it. You don't even know the things that are available out there. And there's so many helpful devices, for instance, the shower chairs that you mentioned and the transfer benches, things like that, that make life so much easier. A simple gate belt saved our lives.
Yeah, gate belts, even those little grabbers, we will get those in and donate them back out. And those can be so helpful for people. And you wouldn't think much of it at the time until it really becomes a good tool to use.
Most definitely. What about wheelchairs, scooters? Can we take things like that? Or do you take many of those?
So unfortunately, we don't get as many wheelchairs and scooters, but we do take them. And we are grateful every time we get them in. Same thing, also transport chairs, which is slightly smaller than a wheelchair. But transport chairs are good as well.
I'd like to just encourage everybody to be the nosy neighbor like I am, and when somebody's garage door is open, kind of peek inside there. And if you see those pieces of equipment sitting around, go knock on the door and say, hey, I know a place you can take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be Empower Abilities. How's that for a short little plug?
I love it.
So, of course, we also have a lot of community events, different things in our center that people can get involved with. We just had our recent day at the lake, a day of accessible fun on Fellows Lake, where we offered pontoon rides, fishing on the docks, sailboat rides, kayaking, things that a lot of people might not be able to experience if we didn't offer this event. We had over 300 people.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It was incredible, and it's really incredible for chair users, to be able to get out on the water. I personally got to fly kites and just had an absolute blast helping kids and older adults with disabilities fly kites. It was so much fun.
Oh, yeah, we had vendors out there. We
vendors,
had food trucks. Oh, this time we featured our first time Pharaoh's Classic Car Club, a car show, and we had over, I think, 35 cars there.
Yeah.
It's again, something that most people wouldn't get to experience, if they're in wheelchairs or have a disability that, prohibits them from experiencing fun at the lake. I mean, this was the day to do it. So.
Yeah, and even if you don't have a disability, it's a lot of fun, and you might learn something new.
Yeah. Something else we did this year, which was pretty cool, is our Get Wise in 45 workshops, where we just offered informative sessions that people could attend to learn, skills on cooking. We had an art class one day. We had transportation options, just different topics that give people the power and the knowledge that they may need for daily living. And I'm hoping that we can bring that back again next year with some new and fun classes. So,
yeah.
We are about ready for our halftime break. Gosh, this goes by so quick.
Sure does.
It does. So hope you will stay tuned with us, and we'll be right back after the break. You're listening to Primetime on KICK 92.3 FM.
Now, back to Prime Time, brought to you by LifeGen Law Group.
Well, welcome back to Primetime on KICK, where community meets connection and independence is always in style. Kind of like that.
I do like that.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of stick that in our work at back at the office, won't we?
Yeah.
So we've got a couple more programs we just want to highlight for what we do over at Empower Abilities. I think are important programs, and then we're going to get into some other good fun stuff here.
Yeah, so we've mentioned a lot of great programs, and just a few others. We do offer veterans-directed care, nursing home transitions, and of course hearing services, which is very near and dear to my heart. We also have assistive technology showroom. We feature over 700 devices, and you can explore these devices before you buy them. And that's so important because we want to help you find solutions that work for you, not just what is out there on the internet or what you see, or maybe somebody else is using it. Doesn't always mean it's the right fit for you. So we encourage people to come in and look at our assistive technology, demo, try it out. We can help figure out where you can purchase it at, and that really helps tailor solutions to your needs.
And people might not know what we're talking about when we say assistive technology. So devices that help you see better, hear better. Tap phones. Do you know a lot about the tap phones?
Yes, so we are TAP certified through the state of Missouri, and that's a great program for people with low vision or blindness. You can get telephones that help with that. There's also TAP wireless. So assistive tech is really just any technology that helps you maintain everyday skills with your disability. So Meta glasses is an up-and-coming hot topic when it comes to the low vision and blind population, and just, having that device read your letters to you, your prescriptions, everyday things, price tags, all of that kind of stuff. And that would be a piece of assistive tech you could come and try out before you purchase to see if it's something you think will work for you.
And I've brought people over for tours of the demo room, and they're like, their eyes are just wide open and their mouths just drop. It's like, just imagine the sight of seeing 700 devices in one room of things that are going to make your life easier.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. We have adaptive gaming equipment, things like that. So again, catering to any age. And there's items in there that maybe will help you get dressed or help you cook. And those kind of little things that we may not think about every day, but could be really useful to you.
you mentioned another thing, gaming devices, and we forgot to mention we have a gaming club.
We do have a gaming club.
Ages 14 to 24 can come. It's held on one Friday a month. I believe at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's, video games, board games, dice games, card games. The options are limitless. You can come in and play whatever games you want, bring a friend with you, and join in other games with other people. And just such a great social opportunity for people who like to get out and experience some fun with others. And we also have social clubs. We have support groups. We have a blind and low vision support group. We have a disability support group for people under age 60. So lots of great options for people who want to get out and just socialize and interact with other people.
Yeah, and I'm actually starting a hard of hearing group.
Oh, you are?
Next year. We are. Yes,
nice.
I'm working with one of our consumers. She has a great story, wonderful lady, and we're going to be starting that again to just get some more specific peer support.
And that's the cool thing about this is we want it to be consumer led. We want people out there in the community to come and help lead and instruct these social and support groups. I think it brings more meaning to the group. I think it just finding out what other people are going through and finding solutions, finding resources that have helped you to help others.
Yeah, I think it's about finding things that you can relate to and people that you can relate to and have similar shared stories, shared experiences, and being able to bond and really find what is universally working for everybody.
Yeah. And what about those people out there that like to volunteer?
Yeah, so we have a lot of volunteer work. You can come over and volunteer at Empower Abilities, and we encourage you to even go to empowerabilities.org. You can send us a message if you're just not sure how to get involved, or if you just want to learn more about inclusion and accessibility, you can come by. We're happy to talk with you, or you can volunteer, see what we're all about. I know ramps. He is always needing people to help build ramps, small home modifications. And so, yeah.
That's the great thing about ramps, and one thing just kind of leads to another. We've been afforded the opportunity to receive a lot of great grants that are helping us do these good things in the community, and we're so thankful for these opportunities that come our way, and when we receive them, it's even better.
Yeah, so we have an occupational therapist on staff, and she can actually come and assess your home and help you figure out how to make it more safe. So again, you can age in place or just be safe in the home. And our home modifications program can do minor things like ramps, grab bars, and handrails to help you be safe inside the home and help you access your home, getting in and out. I think sometimes we forget that the first step to independence is being able to get in and out of your home. And we do have some funding. We also offer fee for service if that is an option for you. So yeah, we can take a look for you and see what would be helpful.
All right. So Taylee,
story of my life.
We've really barely tapped into who we are and what we do, and there's plenty of them more. I mean, this is just the first show. We're just getting started. So we've got plenty more opportunities and things to share with y'all, but I think it's time to move into our sponsors. This show wouldn't even be possible without some of our great sponsors. And just want to give a big shout out to Life Gen Law Group, Kara Ransom. Kara, if you're listening, you probably may or may not remember me, but we worked together when I was at Senior Age and worked on some projects. Just great to have you back on the show. We appreciate your support. Life Gen, they service Southwest Missouri, been servicing them since 1993. They offer Missouri elder law and estate planning services that encompass every stage of life. Their lifetime planning focus is to preserve and protect assets, minimize tax liabilities, ensure the efficient transfer of wealth, and provide for the needs of future generations. So great resource here. You can get peace of mind about your estate or business planning by calling Life Gen Law Group at 417-409-1318.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Kara.
All right. Next up, we have Shirley's Heating and Air. Thanks to owners Joe and Amy Shirley. Keep your home comfortable with installations, repairs, maintenance, and ductwork. Turn to Shirley's for professional services in Rogersville, Springfield, Ozark, and surrounding areas. As they say, when your heating and air gets squirrely, Call Shirley's Heating and Air. I love that.
I chuckled when I saw that too. That's a good little catch line there.
Give them a call at 417-528-2348.
Yeah. And I'm really excited to welcome Turner's Rock Senior Living with my dear friend Brad Eldridge, leading the mission there. Brad, have you met Brad before?
I have not.
He and I go way back to the Ducks, the Ozark Mountain Duck Stadium, in Ozark. It was a minor league baseball, and I remember my daughter was in Girl Scouts at the time, and we were big on selling them Girl Scout cookies, and she was the number one seller in our whole council, so she was invited to throw out the first pitch at the Ducks game, and that's where I met Brad. So it was quite amusing when we reconnected through something, probably at senior age or somewhere along that line, and rekindling that relationship. Brad was also my last guest on my previous primetime show. He helped me see the show out. So
that's
we're
sweet.
I'm
Full
excited.
circle.
Yeah, full circle. That's right. So if you're in the market for a new upscale standard of living experience, you can look no further. Turner's Rock offers 3 types of care, included independent living, assisted living, and memory care. They've also recently opened their new independent living villas, which look totally amazing. I was doing a little browsing on the internet. These places feature full-size washers and dryers, 2-car garages, generously sized walk-in closets. I mean, these places look bigger than my house. It's like, well, when I retire, I want to live there. Really, really cool. I can't wait to get over and see Brad and get another tour. I remember when Turner's Rock was being built, I got a first-hand tour of just beginning stages, and he walked me through, different stages of the development. It was really nice. So I'm anxious to see the new location or the new additions.
Yeah, I need an excuse to get out of the office. You should take me with you.
Yeah, I'll take you with you. So they're located over on East Sunshine across from Sam's, and I encourage you to give them a call at 417-815-4983 to schedule your tour also.
Next, we have someone near and dear to my profession, Hub Hearing Centers, located right here in Springfield. Owner Beth Gorman and her team is dedicated to improving hearing health through education and top-notch care. With your visit, they'll take time to get to know you, examine your ear canal, test your middle ear function, engage in functional testing, and make a plan to find and fit you for a device. I'm looking forward to learning more about Hub Hearing Centers, and give them a call to make an appointment at 417-397-3200.
All right, and then finally we have Compassus Hospice Care located. They're actually located over by us in the bank building. Did you know that?
No, that's exciting. We have new neighbors.
Exactly. No, in the bank building by where we're at now.
Oh,
our
okay.
Location,
Okay.
Yeah, they're in that little building. So Compassus covers 7 counties surrounding us. They have 4 levels of care carried out by a team of professionals to ensure dignity and comfort at the end of an individual's life. Fully covered by Medicare. You can find many other benefits when you call on Compassus with your care needs. And hospice is one of those things that people dread, I think. They fear hospice. And I think through this show you're going to learn that hospice is not a bad thing at all. It's a very helpful organization. There's several here in Springfield, but Compassus is a great organization. I've worked with them many times in the past. And I think people will find the comfort that they need in hospice care. So it doesn't necessarily mean end of life. Of course, we're all going to be at end of life eventually, but they help make that transition, and a really great organization. So thanks to all of our sponsors who are here to make Primetime fun. We are going to have them appear on the show periodically throughout the year and share their expertises and give you more resources, connections to the community. So if you would like to join these great community partners and support Empower Abilities and Primetime on KICK, give us a call at 886-1188, or you can call the radio station, and I don't have that number handy, actually. Robin might have it for us.
She was going to make me get on the air somehow.
I was going to figure it out, Robin.
That number, the office number, would be 417-831-0995.
And thank you for that.
That'd be the office number.
And folks, that is our techie girl, Robin, joining us for her 10 seconds of fame. All right, Robin, let's go ahead and take our next break. You're listening to Primetime on KICK, where community meets connection and independence is always in style.
Now, back to Prime Time, brought to you by LifeGen Law Group.
All right, welcome back to Prime Time. You know, Taylee, one of the things that I like best about this work is getting to actually talk to our consumers, share programs with our consumers, hear their stories. And I know we mentioned a couple of stories earlier, but everyone really defines independence a little bit differently. And I just think it's important to share that, not one journey is going to be the same ever. And that with what we're going to bring to this show, there are so many resources out there to help make life easier, to help remove those barriers. One thing we did not talk about, and I want to mention it, is our RAP program, Restaurant Access Points, which is something that, everybody wants to be included. Everybody wants to have fun, experience things in the community, and who doesn't like to go out and eat? Our Restaurant Access Points program, it identifies dining establishments out there who really meet the accessibility standards. We go out there and we survey these restaurants. We look for, from the minute we pull into the parking lot, how are the parking lots? Are there ramps? Are there, how easy are the doors to open? How's the lighting? How's, if you have to use the restroom, how's the setup in there? Can you wheel under counters to wash your hands? Just everything about a restaurant. Is it accessible and open to everybody? And so we're looking to add restaurants to our program, so we'll be out there doing some surveys. If people don't quite meet the standard, then we'll send letters out and, offer assistance and see if we can't get them up to being able to serve everybody. And so watch for that list. I bring this up because we're going to be putting it on our website for people to identify restaurants that are accessible and where they can enjoy their dining experience. So that was something we forgot to mention earlier.
Yeah, and that's a really great program led by a really great coworker of ours. And it's something that we often don't think about, but it's a good example. I was at a restaurant recently and I had a chair user approaching and they, there was no access point. Mm-hmm. And so it is something to give to consideration. I think if you're a restaurant owner out there, just how easy is it for your potential guests to get in and out of your restaurant and enjoy what you have to offer.
Right. So some other things that we're going to toss out in the months ahead are accessible transportation. We've had that topic brought up many times, and people need to know about it. They want to know about it. How are they getting around in the community? How can they get around better? We just had a White Cane Awareness Day where it's for low vision, visually impaired individuals, and we actually walked along Battlefield Street. We used the crosswalks, and our Springfield Police Department was there on hand with us. We partnered with the city of Springfield. It was a great event just to bring awareness to people with vision impairments.
Yeah, and bring awareness to the community and knowing to be on the lookout when you're a driver. Mm-hmm. There may be someone with low vision or blindness crossing the street, and people maybe not always paying attention to those crosswalks, but they do get used.
Right. So anything from city buses to paratransit, rideshare options, and even our new, this is really exciting. I'm excited about this. The Road Ready Driver Simulation Program. We received a grant to purchase a driving simulator. This is going to be so amazing for people who are learning to drive, who need to brush up on their skills, maybe people who have been in rehab facilities and need to just get acclimated behind the wheel again. The simulator is going to be so helpful. We'll talk about ways to travel safely, confidently, and independently.
Yeah, and I think a good one to maybe also look into is companies doing modifications mm-hmm. on vehicles. Mm-hmm. Your disability may still allow for you to drive, and maybe it just means modifying your vehicle. So maybe we can find some resources for people out there to see where they can get their vehicles modified. We have a consumer who has modifications on his truck and his ATV, and he's a great guy, and it's really great to see him using his, hand wheels and things like that to steer and pedal. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Another topic we're going to talk on is aging well and staying active.
I'm working on that this month.
Are you? Staying active or aging
Yeah.
well?
Both. I turned 34 this month, so both.
Yeah. So between us and our sponsors and guests that we have on the show, we'll talk about practical tips and a few fun stories from folks. Excuse me, I'm getting tongue twisted here. From folks who prove that independence doesn't have an age limit.
Yeah, I agree with that. I have a consumer who is 96, and he brings himself to the office, so it's quite incredible.
Ah, nice. Assistive technology conversations, voting. Tomorrow's a voting day. Are you going to get out and vote?
Yes.
You say that with such confidence.
Yes. Do you have what we're voting on?
Yes, I do, actually. Tomorrow we're voting, in Springfield anyway, we're voting on the 3% hotel-motel tax increase to fund a regional convention and event center. So
Just a reminder for anyone out there.
right now it looks like we are 13.10%, which is second lowest among listed surrounding cities on that tax. Proposed new rate is 16.10. So whether you're for it or against it, that's your opinion, your decision, but get out and vote and make your voice heard.
Yeah.
We are a voting center, so we are really accessible for every need in the community.
Yeah, and I think you and our other coworker just did a podcast on voting.
We did.
Correct, and accessibility.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that was great. So if you're wanting to learn a little bit more about what accessible voting looks like, tune into the podcast Julie and Afton did, and you can learn quite a bit.
I think Shelby was in on that.
Oh,
We had
Shelby,
Shane
too.
Scholler, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, our city clerk, I believe, was in that one. So, and you mentioned that we have a podcast also. We have a radio show and our podcast too. So
Just spreading the word wherever we can.
exactly. So we are going to open up our show, not today, but in the future, for you to call in and share your thoughts with us. We want to know what you want to know about, basically. I mean, if you've got just demanding needs, if you have ideas that you think would be beneficial to other people, we want to hear about them. So you can either tune in on our Empowerabilities Facebook page and leave some comments on the Primetime Post, or you can call us on the show and just have some talks with us. Always makes the shows a lot more lively and fun when we get callers in, so we encourage that. We welcome that, and Robin loves to answer the phone for us. So yeah. So do your homework, and next week, call in and share with us what's important to you. So
Okay.
who knows, your ideas might just become the focus of another show, right?
Yeah, or prompt some change, or a new peer support group, or a new social club, or who knows. I think sometimes possibilities seem limitless, and we're always excited to learn, and we learn first from our consumers and what their needs are.
All right. So we only have like maybe 3 minutes left. Hey, I got that right. She's holding up 3 fingers back there. So let's talk real quickly on identifying what a disability can be like. What is a disability? What does it encompass?
So a disability can be physical, sensory, intellectual, developmental, or mental health related. It might affect how someone moves, hears, sees, learns, communicates, or processes information.
And the other important thing to know is that it's something that changes over time. It may not stay consistent.
It may not stay
It
consistent.
may change next month, next week, tomorrow. You never know.
And you can also get more than one. Again, just age related or unfortunate accidents, different
Right.
things like that. So, and sometimes, like you said, it changes through time, arthritis, diabetes, all sorts of things that are becoming a little bit more common. The Americans with Disabilities Act defines disability as a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities. So that's walking, hearing, seeing, learning, all of those kinds of things that we do every day.
All right, here's something that might surprise you or not. 1 in 4 adults in the U.S. have some type of disability.
That's about roughly 61 million people. I don't think that is surprising, actually.
Do you not?
I think your room scenario kind of really highlights that that's a lot more common than people think it is.
How about in Missouri, close to 27% of adults report having a disability.
And I think Springfield, too, has a higher than average rate of disability as well.
So again, let's emphasize disabilities can affect anyone: mobility, hearing, vision, cognition, dexterity. I mean, anything like that can affect your daily living, and many disabilities are invisible. That's something else to make important.
It is. That's really important to be aware of. And we're also here to help family members. How can you help those in your life with disabilities? I think that's important to know also.
Yeah. So one of the biggest barriers people with disabilities face isn't the disability itself, it's society's attitude about it. So we're going to end our show on that note today, folks. We appreciate your tuning in, and we really look forward to a big season ahead with our sponsors, our guests, and the knowledge that Taylee and I are going to bring to Primetime. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.